Well, in this video I'm going to pose this robot character into a very push perspective and making this dude feel like, oh shoot, these chihuahuas are so annoying because I'm making a short film about a three-headed mutant chihuahua that is fighting against a giant air fryer to save a punk city. And this scene is all about this. This scene is all about a robot doing like this, like oh. So now I'm going to grab this rig and I'm going to use these super flat poses and draw on top to create depth and also to sell the feeling of perspective into this flat character and push crazy poses like this eventually. So let's go. The first thing that I'm going to do is grab my front pose because I'm following my animatic and my animatic is telling me like, hey dude, we're playing with the front pose of this dude. Awesome, so I'm taking this character and making this character a bit scale it up here. And what I'm going to do on top of this is start designing my frame. How is that I do this? I open here a new layer, I grab my favorite brush which is in Toon marker number 2. I grab an MTC blue color and on top of this color I'll start designing this. And I'm going to be fast, I'm going to not romanticize this, not want it to be perfect, just a sketch and trying to get something closer to the animatic, but also on model, so I can, it actually looks like the rig, because in the animatic, the design is not there yet, so I have to do some tweaks around to bring the character on model again. So I'm just roughing out stuff right now, because it's the morning and I just woke up and and I need to just get loose a little bit. So boom, I'm drawing here, awesome, pumba. And then here these eyes, I could do something like this, and because I'm working with Toon rigs, I'm not too much worried about the proportions or stuff like that, because eventually when I start moving the pieces, everything will come up together. So here, maybe I can show a bit of the underpants here, because this air fryer is in underpants. After a few weeks of working in the animatic, I realized like maybe the underpants is too much and might be a bit confusing, but whatever, it's there, the underpants are there. So I want this part of the arms to come towards the front, and this one starts going further away, but you know what, I want, this is a close-up, so we're having something like this. So we're actually having something like this, there you go. And here I want the hands of this robot to be placed here. So I'm designing the hands here. That's a cool thing. This is like a combination, a hybrid between cutout animation and traditional animation, in which I am able to draw and just place the rig on top of these drawovers that I'm doing. So in that way I keep this feeling of traditional animation in some way, because I combine both. Boom, beautiful. There you go. And there are a few things that I like here. One of those few things here, for example, is this negative space. Well, I ruined it. This negative space that is happening between these two shapes. I like this. I like how this shape is also tapering towards that side. Boom. So there you go. We have something like this, and next step is that I'm going to start posing the character. I can grab this part of the robot and just duplicate it to the other side. Duplicate it. To mirror it to the other side. Get out of here. Well, whatever. Whoop. You know what? Copy. Paste. Oopsie. Beautiful. A little bit messy, but beautiful. There you go. Something like that will work. And then I will eventually just copy and paste the rig to the other side. Let's look at how this. Yeah, it's nice. It's time to start blocking the character. So that's how I divide my process. I sketch, I block on top, very loosely, and then I refine with another sketch, like a tie-on sketch, and on top of that tie-on sketch I start polishing the rig. Some secrets here. So I'm going to grab this rough pass here and bring this on top. Going to lock this layer and enable the animation mode so I can start moving all the pieces of this crazy character around. See how flat it looks like? I solve all of that boring, stupid flatterness with moving these deformers and giving this feeling of depth. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. And I want to be fast. I'm like boomba, boomba, boomba. Here the eyes, boom, squashing, skewing, stretching. And then I think I can copy and paste this eye to the other side. Hopefully, I build a rig to do so. No! So we're going to have some asymmetry on these eyes as I have to move them individually. But it's okay. It's okay. Boom. Now I'm grabbing all of this and crack. Grabbing all of this and crack. Pushing these curves. I'm not cleaning right now, but just trying to sell the feeling of perspective just by moving this stuff around. So, boom, boom, boom. Actually, yeah, I destroy this character. No. Oh, see, there you go. Beautiful, beautiful. And as I'm not seeing this part here, I can hide these outside of the camera. What we don't see here, we don't care about that. What the heck is this? Oh, just very roughly, whoop, whoop, whoop. Beautiful. And then I'm grabbing this arm. Amazing. See how it looks very accurate to the sketch. I have to keep massaging this stuff around. Boom. I created two type of arms for this rig. An arm that I can deform like this, so I can have more flexibility and match exactly what I want on my sketch. And also another type of arm, which is the kinematic arm for all the Toon Boom nerds. Are the ones that I can just move by using the deformers, like point here, point here, point here, and move the deformer, and it will move with the hand. Now here, I'm going to create another hand. Poop. Going to the air fryer colors, going to my brush. I'm going to use solid brush number 1. I'm going to increase the smoothing of this brush so I can make my life super easy. And on top of this, I will start drawing. What? Yes. See, boom, line here, boom, line here, boom, line here, and boom, line here. But Henry, you're using the brush. Is it correct to use a brush in the rig? I have no idea. But it makes my life super easy, and I love the quality of the lines that I'm able to draw with this brush. So, do whatever you want. At the end of the day, the most important thing are those sketches that you put behind, that you put on top, those drawing fundamentals that you put on top of the rig. It's not about how much you work with the rig. Poop. Yeah, something like this. Pam, 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 pam. Beautiful. And then I'm going to start coloring this. Color here. Palm. See? I'm grateful for the past, Henry from the past, that actually named all of this properly. And should the hand be behind these shapes? Yes. So let's bring all the arm towards the front, and moving this hand towards the back. And this will create this overlap on top of this hand, so we're seeing like, oh, this part goes on top of the palm or the hand. Amazing. Now this dude here, I'm going to stretch this dude like this. I wish I could stretch it like this. I think I can. Let me think. Let me see if I can add some crazy deformers here without the program crashing. So I'm going to use this, which is like a crazy another type of deformers. No! What the heck I use? Let me see. What the heck? This is a new one, eh? This here is a new one. I'm using the new version of Toon Boom. No idea what I made there, but let's go with the one that we already trust. No. Okay, I have no idea how the new deformers work. So I'm going to stretch it like this. For now. I'll put more love on that later. And I'm going to copy all of this arm and paste it to the other side. Oopsie. There you go. Copy and paste. Paste. No, please copy and paste. I don't want to post this again. Copy. Paste. Okay, I'm going to do something. I'm going to break this arm nodes, duplicate selected nodes because this is only one pose. I can just destroy this if I want, and I can duplicate this, mirror this to the other side, apply a static transformation here so it is recognized like the vase position of, whoa, shoot. Bake immediate para transformation. No, this goes here, right? There you go. Beautiful. Now, because this is the only pose that I have here, so I don't care if I destroy this. Oh, it's working there. Cool. And now I can copy and paste both arms. That's the trick, and that's how important it is to, you know what? If you have some free time, learn rigging. If you have some free time, learn compositing. If you have some free time, learn more technical skills, because those eventually becomes tools that you can use in different ways. Okay, I'm going to disable the sketch to see the comparison between the sketch and the posing that I did. I will always love more how the sketch looks like compared to this, but we can still push all of those stuff. See, I'm considering when squashing and when deforming these eyes will not only squash down, but will also start tilting towards the center, like this way, because the surface of these dude is like rounded, so the circles will be also going around that shape. There you go, something like that. And as the mouth is closer to camera, I'll make this a little bit bigger, something like this. And what I'm going to do right now is a tie-down pass, and I'm going to show you something really cool. This tie-down pass that I do is the one that I do to clean stuff around, to self-direct myself and being like, Henry, look at here. Henry, look at here. This shape is awful. Look at here. This is horrible. Look at here. Fix this right now. And I'm like, got it. And I fix it. Here, for example, this shape, instead of being like this, I think should be placed here in this surface. And from this surface here, I extrude these arms like this. Boom. Boom. See how beautiful now it looks? And here, this line that is like this, Henry, come on. Make something like that. I'm like, awesome. Here, I can play with a straight, and I can play with a curve here, so I can create more contrast and more dynamic shapes as a consequence. What? Yes, sir. Wait, I like this negative because I'm not also designing the shapes inside of the character, but also the shapes around, the negative space around the character. And I want to create this shape here. So I'm also going to open this shape a little bit to create, you know what, let's draw this again. There you go. So see, this is going this direction. Imagine these are like the Hot Wheels race, and these are like the things that goes away. I'm trying to create all of those things to feel super dynamic. and not flat or just cylindrical, but dynamic shapes that have direction and this moving the eye of the audience around this character. Crazy. And then this will go something like this. This is something that I learned from one of my mentors, and it's like draw through. If you're drawing a line, go all the way like this so it feels rounded. And I can try to replicate the same with the rig. Here, Pumbaa, I will just move this hand a little bit up. From here to here, some overlapping lines, or I can connect this line with this line to just make this a little bit more like a graphic flat shape. I feel like I can open these a little bit more. No, it's okay. Boom. I love the angle of that line there. And other than that, these fingers should go around here, connected on top of the head. Boom. Beautiful. That's the fixes that I'll do for the arm. Those are the fixes that I'll do for the arm. This line is okay. Then I'll just copy and paste the thing from here to there. Let me see if I can try different things here for the fingers. I think this gap, I can reduce this gap here and bring this finger a little bit up. There you go. And this other finger will go something like this. And instead of making something like this, because this will create a symmetrical shape like this here, instead of that, I'm moving lines so I get these type of shapes, these tapering shapes towards one side on the fingers. So I can do something like this instead. See? Isn't it beautiful? Those little nuances are the things that helps me to just bring my shapes to the next level. Boom. That's awful. There you go, something like this. Then I'm getting rid of this. And there you go. Now I have to just copy and paste this to the other side. Most of the work was here on the hands, so I'm duplicating, mirroring, and pasting these here. Boop. And because I'm going to work on one arm and then I'm going to copy and paste on the other one, I don't have to work on this twice, so things move faster here. I'm going to bring this towards the front. Let me get rid of this, and now let's go and start moving all of these pieces of the rig around until I get this shape here. Sometimes tends to be a bit messy, but I'll try to do my best. There you go. Pumbaa. Pumbaa. This line comes and move. I first move the piece and then I move the deformers. If I move the deformers without moving this piece, this shape, this line with the transformation tool, then the pivot point will be completely lost somewhere over there. So it's very important to be super careful about that. Pumbaa. There you go, something like this will work. Let's move this shape here. Let me break this shape, something like this. Beautiful. If I hold Alt here and I press this, I can deform that, like I can break the curviness of those deformers and start getting into more like straight lines there. Awesome. And then this is a little bit messy here. There you go. Yeah, I don't care about that messiness. I'll fix that eventually with some secret hacks. See how this looks? Ooh, it looks horrible. Let me reset these deformers to see what the heck is happening here. Click reset. Click reset. Click reset. Oh. Click reset. Click reset. Click come on, click reset. Okay, let's be more delicate with the way of moving these deformers. Reset. Reset. So we're not breaking too much stuff around. Can I get to this shape here without... Oh yeah, it's breaking either way. So, if it's already breaking either ways, I don't have to be delicate anymore. I should have created a 2 points arm for this. Crazy. But there... I will do some tweaks around. I'm massaging this until I get something that I want. Let's leave it like that for now. Now this shape here. Now I'm going to trace on top of the lines that I drew here on this other one. Boom, boom. And I'm painting that part again. Let me paint this with the correct color here. Palm, 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 palm. Oopsie. Palm, poop. Now come on. Palm, boom. There you go. We're getting closer to what I have on my sketch. See that boring, horrible shape that this one have here? It's super symmetrical. Grab all of this. Move there. I can also move this behind. Orange, send to back. Move this up, up, up. So it's making one line there with that part. Oopsie. I can make this line, move this line a bit towards the inside and move that line a bit towards the outside there. There you go. And I'm going to color the fingers. Boomba. Beautiful. Now I'm grabbing this arm. Poop. And this arm, poop. And copy this arm here. Pop. Beautiful. All the changes are applied. Now, let's enable... Oh, I didn't clean this shape here. Well, I'm going to eyeball this shape. I'm just massaging the deformers, making the deformers feel soft. Boop, 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 like this. I will not draw a tie down for this because it's super obvious here that I have to clean these lines a little bit, something like this. Maybe I can move this a bit down. Now, there's something not clicking here. So I'm going to do some sketches. I'm going to do some sketches here. Maybe I can draw through here to fill the arm completely. This comes like super thin here. So we're getting thicker there. We have like rounded edges here, rounded corners. This moves like this. Awesome, beautiful. And from here, we have the palm that overlaps. This. This curve I think should be more like this. So you can have this line coming all the way like this, awesome. And now on top of this, you can have the shape of this, awesome. We're having this line going that way, this line coming this way, and this line coming this way. Now on top of this, I would like to put the head here, maybe a bit overlap up, so it's not creating a tangent there. And from here, I'm going to, boom, put the fingers like this, and create dynamic shapes that are tapering towards this part. Now here, no, this middle finger should be even like here, because it's on top of the head. There you go. I feel that's something that is quite working there. And now it's time to bring this information to the rig. So let's put this dude on top of the rig. And coming like this. Boom. Boom. This goes like this. It goes like this. This comes like this. Oopsie. Boop, up. Boop, overlaps here. Now here, something like this will work. And the other finger, something like this. That's decent. Yeah, I'll leave that gap there. Maybe I can reduce that gap. Yeah. I can reduce that gap there. And maybe it's also bringing this line a bit towards the inside. No. Yeah, that works. That works. I can overlap this line here. And then we have this shaping. Beautiful. Now we have something that looks more clean. Grouping all of this. I'm moving this here. Poop, 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 poop. Awesome. Now, time to grab the rig and put the rig on top of that. Wait. There you go. Oopsie. And let's go. I'm going to grab this dude. Boop, boop. And boop. Boop. Move these two. Boop. Beautiful. There you go. Massaging these deformers so things are not going that crazy. There you go. Oopsie, oopsie, oopsie. No! Come on, let me. There you go. I locked that. Yeah, we're not seeing that line, so I don't care. And I can move this like this. Beautiful. Now it's time to redraw this hand. Color, black, solid brush, double click on the solid brush, no, I'll click here, increase the smoothness, and let's trace on top of the drawing that I already did. I'm eyeballing the line thickness of the arm to get something similar here in the hand. Beautiful. And on top of this, the fingers. Maybe one line, maybe yeah, let's one line that. I need to open this line a bit here, make it down like this, awesome. And here, Let's see how this looks like. Better. Boom. Oopsie. Let me erase this. Beautiful. Actually, this line, now that I haven't seen it better. Now. That looks better. Let me draw it properly. Now. Now. And because we're seeing this in perspective, we shouldn't see that part of the finger. So I'm just going to hide it here actually, yes. There you go. I wonder if I should put this inside. Yeah, inside. There you go. Now time to color this. Oop. Palm. Fingers. Much better. Now, let's get rid of these rovers. I'll move this body a bit here towards the inside. And now, what I'm going to do next, let's look at the render view. This thing, oopsie. This thing goes like this. Yep. Now on top of this, I'm going to Opa. You know what? I think I can hide the horns. Yeah, are not giving me like a good silhouette. So I'm going to grab the arms. This one here. Here's the handle of the other one and paste. Beautiful. Render view. Now we're talking, dude. Now we're talking. Henry, what about those crazy stuff that is happening there? Shh. Let's leave it there. Now, I'm going to make this mouth like this. Now it looks more crazy. Now it looks more crazy. They can open this so we feel like this is going more in perspective, going up. You know what? Let me do a draw over there. Let's not be lazy. So I'm going to grab this color again. I'm going to use my favorite brush. Where's my favorite brush here? Opa. So this is the center. Boop, boop. Let me see if I can copy and paste this to the other side without destroying everything. Boop. And flip horizontal. There you go. And then I can connect this too. Boop. Then this, yeah, more down. Maybe more like this. Yes, just to make things a little bit more solid. There you go. Now I'm going to come here, grab the lines of my rig and trace on top of those lines that I drew. Boop. 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 Beautiful. And I can tilt these lines even more towards the inside. Oop. Oop. There you go. So it looks more in perspective. Oopsie, 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 oopsie. Beautiful, isn't it? I'm not quite in love with this right now. Let me make this move it a bit down. Want the mouth to be a bit more open. Dude, today I'm picky, or today I'm not satisfied with my stuff, but no worries. We're just keep pushing until we have something that I like. There you go. Not bad. Now I'm going to grab the animatic. And move it to this corner. Just so I can see something. What am I supposed to do on this scene? And I'm going to put a peg on this animatic. I'm going to create a camera because we have a camera movement here. If a camera, I'm going to create a peg for the camera. I'm going to attach the animatic to the camera, so if I do zoom in and zoom out, the animatic will stay there. The animatic will stay there. Boom. Now, what we have? We have these characters shaking while the camera zooms in. So the camera zooms in like this. Play. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let me mirror this. Something feels off. Yeah, this eye is a little bit lower. And this eye also needs more rotation here. See how I'm using the interface as plumb lines? I'm using the interface as rulers. Also here, this head. I'm using that interface as rulers to see a negative space that I'm leaving both sides, so it feels correct and it doesn't feel like it's tilting towards one side or the other. Also here on this side we have more space. I feel like it's it's melting this part, so time to do more drawers. Now these eyes will go around like this, and we also have this. And I can reveal also the inside part of the eyes here. Yeah, that's better. So I draw the surface lines to start seeing how that mouth will actually be built around that surface. I should have done that since the beginning. But now you see it. All the things that you shouldn't do, and all the things that we should do since the beginning, so we don't work twice. Not bad. Not bad. And here, maybe I can also round this lines a little bit. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. Let's mirror this again. So boom. I can push this part of the forehead more towards the outside so it doesn't look too flat. There you go. And I'm grabbing this and whoop. Moving this towards the other side. No, F. Moving this that way. Yes, something like that. Beautiful. Let me erase this. And on top of this, guess what? Time to move the rig. Boom. So surface lines are very important. To don't mess up. Like I did. See? And then I can just come here and put this eye on top of this tie down clean pass that I did. So everything looks better. Now I think I cannot duplicate the copy and paste. Oof, no, too many deformers, too many cables. I was going to do the same thing that I did with the arm, just cloning again, but too many things to connect. I'll just manually come here and fit this to this port. There you go. I'm grabbing the mouth. Boom. There you go. I'm grabbing these lines. That way. That way. Now, let's look how this looks like. Much better. I'm trying to make sure the apex of my line is towards the center, not too much towards like down, but towards the center. Maybe even not that curvy neither. There you go, something like that. That was looking better. See? With patience and time. We're able to create all of this craziness. I want to put this more here. A beautiful pose takes time. And if I'm not satisfied with that, then the entire animation will look poop. Will look like poop. Now, here I'm going to add the animation, which is going to be something like this. Just moving this dude around like this. Oopa. Oh, look at the difference before and after I draw this surface lines in the tie down. This is what I had, and this is what after drawing the surface line, drawing the volumes around the character, and being able to place the parts of the characters around those volumes, how that helped me a lot to make the character feel even more in 3D, more in depth, but also more solid. All the pieces connected between each other. All the pieces connected between each other. So, copy and paste this here. And I'm going to start moving this side by side. A little shake animation like this. Maybe I can open the mouth a bit too. I can move that a bit too. I can move the arm also a bit. and then I can, I can just loop between these two. Faster. Too much. There you go. And then I'm going to copy. This is the same frame. Let me turn off the camera just to compare stuff. Yes, and I'm going to copy and paste this quick loop that I did. It's just a skew and moving stuff around. Like that. And then push all of those frames there. There you go, that's the only thing that I need here. And I precisely designed these scenes or planned these scenes to be super simple so I can save energy for the other crazy action sequences. So camera on. Yeah, that's it. I will increase the zoom in of the camera a bit more. More zoom in, more zoom in. There you go. Here we have the animation of this scene in which the robot is like super annoyed by the sound of the of the chihuahuas. So hope you like this scene, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.